Are we gonna sleep? I'm joking.
Hi, my name is.
Hi, my name is. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Beyond the Body Count podcast, where we talk all things filmmaking, DIY, and beyond. I'm Charles Chudabala.
And I'm Jennifer Nangle.
Hey, and we showed
Hey!
up because
We
we're
did.
doing this, and we're figuring out what this is.
Yeah, we're just every little step we take will be right there. Yes. I just want to apologize to everybody. I am a little under the weather, so if I sound a little sinusy, a little nasally, just to know it's not you, it's me.
You sound amazing, friend. I told you that this morning.
You're
We had
very
a
kind.
we had a yeah, we had a little our own little like kind of like a testing podcast thing this morning. I'm like, Marky, you sound amazing. Well, because like you, I mean, yeah, when you yeah, you, I mean, when you're like under the weather, you kind of know how you would sound, and other people, anyways. But you sound amazing. You always
And
look
I also
amazing.
feel like not as energetic as I usually am. So maybe, but maybe I am. So I don't know. We'll just kind of see how it goes, you
It's
know?
all a simulation.
All of it. Oh boy.
It's
Let's not
all-
go down that rabbit hole just yet.
oh my god, the and you promised this was the Rabbit Hole podcast. You
The ra-
we're gonna cover it all.
Oh,
All.
but
Eh,
first and foremost, I'd love to wish you a happy new year. This is our first podcast that we're filming after the new year.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year,
Yeah.
everyone. How was your New Year?
I was sick on the couch. How was yours?
I was, I was, aw, and I was on the couch. And I was recovering. I was recovering. Yeah,
Alone? Recovering?
I
On the
was,
couch?
I was recovering alone. I was
Aw.
actually recovering alone.
Sounds like we had the same kind of New Year's.
It was low key. It was chill. And I've been hearing from a lot of people that their New Year's was kind of low key this year. A lot more people were doing the self care thing, and that's what it turned into for me. Took
Yeah.
myself for a massage. I did a little meditation. I watched, I think, Beast Games. If y'all are not watching Beast Games right now on Amazon Prime, like, oh my god, it is like Lord of the Flies. Like you put a bunch of people. If you guys don't know, it's the biggest competition show like ever made.
The
We
most
know
expensive too, right? Yes.
most expensive, and not to spoil anything, but like by episode 2, he built a city for them. And he spent like $15 million of his own money to build a city, and only 500 of these contestants get to go live in the city. But then they're like being eliminated left and right for like 1,000. It's insane, and the psychological and emotional distress that these people go into, um, like yeah, like betraying their friend. It's a lot, man. But I mean, I'm glued. I'm glued.
You're hooked. You're hooked on the drama.
Real Housewives will be another podcast. We got to go into that. I
Ooh.
mean, those recaps one day.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We could definitely go down the rabbit hole with that one for sure. Well,
Yeah.
I guess my question for you would be, what are your plans for the new year? Do you have, because you're always that type of person that has goals, that meets your goals, has vision boards and all. You're so organized. You're such a Virgo, and I'm not. I'm such a Pisces, airy fairy, and I'm just kind of like, I'll just take whatever comes my way. So why don't you share and maybe inspire what are your goals for 2025?
Oh, first of all, you inspire me daily.
I paid him to
Yeah,
say
you're
that,
you're no, you're always crushing it. I mean, my goal this year is to make it look like I'm crushing it even more. To make it look easy. But it is true. It is true that I always have something going on. I always have a million goals going on. Um and I think the reason that it appears that I'm meeting a lot of my goals or all my goals is because, if you have like 100 goals and you're trying to work through all of them, you'll meet a bunch and a handful, right?
Is that
But
how
this is
it
not, but
works?
not always should you ever, right? So I think I want to be more organized and more intentional this year with meeting. Like, like almost like a step ladder of goals in a progression of like, okay, what are the most prioritized goals that I want to meet first, then move on to the next one versus a little bit of everything. Because what y'all don't see, or maybe you do see, I mean you see, friend, is the burnout factor of
Mm.
like yeah, I met them.
Just one more and then I can relax. I think you did a little video from your other podcast about that. Just one more and then I can relax. Just one more and I can relax. And we never do.
That's so Ooh, thank you for that. Oh, you've been watching my podcast, my other
Uncaged
one.
mindset, y'all. Follow that too.
Thank you. Oh, thank you for that. Yes. Well, Uncaged Mindset, I definitely want to, I am growing a lot more this year, with that. But yeah, that has been on my heart. Like that message and to be honest, the reason I made that video is I'm tired of hearing myself say that.
I figured as much. I figured as much. Yes.
Yeah, if only, just after this project that I could rest, or after that thing that I could just have fun. No, it's like, no, we are living now. Whose life is this anyway? But speaking of fun, you are a major part of my 2025 plan and my goal. This
Yeah.
podcast is something that we've been talking about for a while,
Yes.
and I knew that the moment we would do it, it was gonna be fun and it was gonna feel effortless and we just had to do it or whatever. And now, like, I look forward to this. I tell you, it's my favorite day of the week when we get to record these. It's literally bestie day, and we're just recording them. So yeah,
Because
building things. Yeah,
it's just free and alive and no rules and here we are.
here
Absolutely.
here we are. Here we are. Yeah, and I look forward to more creative endeavors with you, which yeah, which we are cooking. So
Yeah.
what
Stirring the
about
pot.
you? What are your New
Uh
Year? What was that?
that was me stirring the pot, but cooking wise
Yeah.
in a weird way. Because, I always make it awkward. So I just will continue that on for 2025.
Yay, because I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Who's the most awkwardness ever? It's
It's
me.
not a competition.
First place. Um, so my goals for 2025 are so I've been talking about this one feature that I've been wanting to do for like years now. But I'm always like, I just need money. I just need money. I just need money. I just need money. And so at the end of last year, I was kind of contemplating like, how can I make money? Because we've talked about this before too. How can I make money in my sleep? How can I continuously make money that, can help me get to the goals that I want to do. And like I've done the funding. I've gone that route. And so I wanted to do something a little bit different and I want to do something outside the box. So I have been creating a Patreon, but it has been a lot more difficult than what I thought it would be. And I was thinking this morning, when you were younger and you would talk to like older people and you'd be like, oh, this celebrity and that celebrity and this celebrity. And they'd be like, what celebrity are you? I don't know who you're talking about. Or you would show them a gadget like an iPod and they'd be like, how do you use this? And then when we got the iPhones, I don't know how to use an iPhone, but like kids know how to do everything. I feel like I've gotten to that older age where I just don't know how to do anything because I go onto Patreon and it's like foreign language. I don't even know. I don't even know how to do anything. So I've been watching these tutorials. I'm trying to put pieces together and figure it out. So hopefully in the next couple days I'll have it up. But yeah, the goal is to succeed Patreon for sure. To
Teach
make
me
it
while you're at
happen.
it. No, I'm raising my hand in there with you, friend. I'm like literally YouTube University tutorial on everything,
Mm-hmm.
and you talk to like the Gen Z or Gen X or whatever, like, oh, just do this or whatever, and encode that. No, like, can you break it down for me a little bit? No, I'm right there with you. But on that note, we can I just take a moment to say that we know things that the other generation don't know or whatever. Okay, like and this is not at all like shade. I just think every generation has their own like skill sets. I feel like we have a work ethic about us that is from
True.
a time of a work ethic about us. Before things were kind of, you give people the tools, you're supposed to make things easier. Like, you give people an abundance of tools and ways to access things and make things faster, and they're still not doing it. It's like
No.
we didn't even have those, and we're kind of what I always say to you, friend. I always say this to you is our superpower is that we'll outwork everyone else around us.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Always working, always trying to find the next thing, which I thought we weren't going to do anymore. We need to rest, but whatever.
beyond the hypocrite podcast is what you're gonna hear all of us say these things that we want, but we're not. Comment below if you're like us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
man.
Um,
But yeah, I gotta learn the Patreon myself. That is gonna seriously a game changer for us if we could tap into those other streams of how we're monetizing ourselves, and a lot of everyone's doing it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Because it was between, not to bring this up again, but it was between OnlyFans or Patreon. And so, we're keeping it PG-13. So that's why I went the Patreon route. So here we are. So don't think anything of me if you subscribe to my Patreon. But yeah, so I'm trying to do that. I'm also trying to get that feature off the ground. And then, of course, I thought about trying to do another feature. So I'm in the process of, researching and working that out. So those are the goals. And then I have two appearances for conventions scheduled already for this year. I'll be at Tampa Bay Screams January 19th. So hopefully this will be up before then. So hopefully if you're in the Florida area, come on out. I'll be hanging out there on the 19th. And then I don't know if I'm allowed to announce the other one, but the other one's not happening till October. So we have plenty of time to talk about that one.
Wait, do I know about this one?
I was in talks about it, and then yes. And
Oh,
so it's gone through. So
oh
yes.
my god. Okay. Announcements. Oh my god. I'm so freaking proud of you. Tampa Bay Screams, everyone. If you're in Florida, please go see her. This is your homecoming. I mean, you're like from Florida.
Well, not originally. My parents live there. I'm kind of like adopted homecoming.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes,
Oh my
yes.
gosh. Well, hey, go see the Queen, everyone. You won't be disappointed. And and the thing is, when people meet you at conventions, they immediately become like a new fan too. It's really awesome. They'll
It
start like
is.
scoping out the YouTube channel, and then you have fans for life because you deliver. What you see, like y'all love Malvolio Universe. If you haven't checked it out, it's an amazing world that she's built with characters and horrors to seeing and everything. But meeting Jennifer Nangle in person is another experience. And again, I'm just gonna say you outwork everyone around you. It's like you
Nah.
show up to these conventions and you work, and you are giving of your time, and you're spending time with people, and you're also inspiring people one on one. I mean, people crowd around your table, they never want to leave. So
Well, you would know because you're always there with me. So,
I sit at your table.
because I think you draw them in most of the time. When we did Creep Icon, you were definitely more popular than I was.
This is the
He was.
shy monkey emoji.
I love the shy monkey emoji, but it's true. It's true. People,
It was.
and I'm like, hi, I'm. Oh, okay.
And it was my poltergeist poster
Poltergeist and Ugly Sweater Party
and ugly
win
sweater
the
party.
crowd. Win, and then I'd be like, I'm also an Ugly Sweater Party too.
Sister Dips.
Do you want me to sign that too? Okay, you don't. Okay, all right.
They did. They got the twofer. No, they did. They appreciated it. Oh man. Okay. All right. You know what? Hey, by the way, this is totally turning into a much needed everyone should be bragging on themselves. By the way, review your successes, everyone. But I'm gonna do one more brag because I just got to, and
Do
I
it.
don't know why I don't know why I didn't start with this. Okay, but congratulations on sweeping the awards with Final Girl.
Congratulations to you too, friend. You were a part of it.
You know what? We
Jeez.
produce things together, and it's a win for all of us. And yeah, go watch it, Final Girl, everyone. It was our Halloween special, and you submitted it for a few festivals, and it's been winning like crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Hollywood Blood Horror Film Festival. Um, we won Best Ensemble Acting, Best Web
Yes.
Series. I won Best Actress, and then for Independent Horror Movie Awards, KJ got an acting nomination. I got a director nomination. We won Best Web Series and Best Kills. So, yeah, it's been really fun. And I gotta say, like, for so many years, I was always so nervous to step into the director's chair, even though it was my project, even though it was my character, even though like I had an idea of where I wanted to go with this. I was always like really scared to do it because I felt like if something failed, it was kind of like, oh well, you know, I was just an actor on it. I was just an actor on it. But no, you should just like go out and do it. Just say, you know, F it and just go do what you need to do
That's it.
and create what you need to create and just step into it because it can be a lot of fun. And once you get over that fear, you just never know what's going to happen, you know?
Oh, that's it. You said everything that needed to be said right there. Absolutely. Yeah, just go out there and do it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we're talking about that, on this podcast because it's the fear I think the fear will always be there to a certain degree,
Yeah.
and you can use it like in a good way of like of never getting comfortable, right?
Yes.
You are always elevating, friend, and man, you directed the shit out of that,
I
out of season
did.
7.
I really
Seriously,
did.
I
Yeah.
was so proud of you, and I've watched you behind the camera before. I watched you in the front of the camera in all of your roles, but there was just a different level. Season 7 of you just meticulously wanting your fingerprint and enjoying the fingerprint that you were putting on all of it,
Yeah.
and
All of
it was
season 7.
just,
Yeah.
and it's just so creative, and people, I mean, that the series is beloved. There are fans of season 2 that are just like, oh my god, but season 2 or season 3, the series is beloved, but there's something different about season 7 that people are loving, and they don't quite know why. But I'm like, it's you were on a creative streak this year. It was just coming, and it's like it was like, oh my god, no, I gotta get this out. Your writing and everything was just, your creative juices were flowing, and everyone was just so excited, because it was, I don't know, it was like lightning in a bottle this season. um
Well, I had to take a season off. We had to take a season off because we were filming
yes,
Body
yes,
Count, and
that's
Body
right.
Count took a lot longer than I ever expected and more. And so I think I learned a ton when we did Body Count, and I don't know, it just kind of set a fire underneath me where it was like, you know what? You don't have to always make something that everybody's going to like. You don't have to make something that's always going to be successful. You don't have to make something that's always going to get the numbers, or it's always going to win at the festivals, or it's just going to appease everybody. You can make something weird. You can make something, I don't know, crazy and fun. And so I think that's what the approach I took to this season was like, I don't care. These are things that I've wanted to do. These are things that I've thought about. And so I think we'll just do it, you know? But I think like the best compliment of doing Malvolia is that a lot of people watch multiple episodes, or they'll just watch the Halloween special, and they always say they see what a good time we're all having, and that we all look like we want to be there, and we all look like we're enjoying each other's company. And I 1,000,000% agree. I think we
Mm.
always have a lot of fun. I mean, there are some stressful moments sometimes, but other than that, I always think we're always having a good time, and I think that shows. And I think a lot of people like that and then want to be a part of it. So
Yes, yes. Yeah, okay, so uh absolutely, and I agree with all of that. Yeah, and it's about making the art that you want to make and having fun in that translates. But I do also want to acknowledge that the views are there this season.
oh yeah.
The views showed up this season, y'all. Thank
So thank you
you,
guys. Thank you.
thank you, algorithm. Thank you, all of it. So But I totally agree. And to more of that in 2025. And speaking of other people who want to be a part of Malvolia and people that see how much fun you're having and it kind of draws them to us, can I take just a second to just talk about how excited I am for our potential guest list on the Beyond the Body Count podcast? Because you mentioned KJ Alfrey, who won for Best Actress in her performance in
she
Final
was
Girls.
she was nominated
Oh,
for her.
she
Yep.
was nominated. She was
Yep.
nominated. Oh my gosh! Also, talented comedian.
Yes.
I also got the opportunity to direct her in a short that I directed, starring you as well.
Hopefully that'll be out soon. Yes.
Hopefully that'll be out soon. And she's great. She's so funny in that as well. And so she has expressed wanting to be on the Body Count podcast. And I know I'm just like that. I don't. I don't even know if I'm prepared for that episode because
It'll
my
be
cheeks are probably going to be hurting from laughing just
it's going
letting
to be
her.
personality filled to the roof because when we all get together, it's way too fun. Way too fun.
Way too fun. Way too fun. Um, and then also, speaking of others who outwork everyone around them, uh, uh, Alex Cordova from the Magic Oil Box has also expressed huge interest in being on the Body Count podcast and has been a supporter like from like day one, like has supported since we met him at our first Creep by Econ together,
Yeah.
and queer business owners representing aromatherapy and mixing the horror world. I can't do it justice to describe, the empire that he's built. So I'll let him talk about it and just who he represents. And his Instagram game is freaking fire.
I can learn a lot from him for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, we got. I'm just. It's. It's family. It's family this season for our first lineup on the Beyond the Body Count podcast, and I'm excited.
Yeah. And a couple of other handful of people that can't really announce just yet, but there are some really fun people that once we get established and we feel more comfortable and, yeah, can get them on, touch base, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a really good season.
Awesome.
Maybe just episodes. Maybe just, it is what it is. Sorry. I always have web series on the brain. Oh, this season.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Well, I'm excited for this season. What are you drinking? What is this?
It is not our favorite. No. It is a ghost. It's what is this? The red berry flavor.
Okay, you're switching it up today.
Well, it was left over from when we were shooting, and I had it, and I've been really trying to cut back on energy drinks, but let's be for real, that's probably not going to happen because I'm really addicted. But yeah, so here we are.
I still have your energy drink in my fridge, like your leftover. Yeah,
I should have
just tells
chugged
every.
it.
It
Chug
tells. I know. I can go pull it, but I don't want to walk through my background.
I know, because then we'll really see what's behind the curtain.
Yeah, that's my goal this year is to like declutter my fridge, just kind of keep it
You
maintained.
declutter your fridge, friend. There's like nothing in there. You are like, I think you need to give yourself more credit because you are very minimalistic, clean, clear
Thank you.
person.
Oh, thank you. I needed to. I wasn't fishing, but I'm so glad you said it.
The next vlog I'm gonna do Charles's refrigerator because y'all will see what I'm seeing.
You don't know what that does for a Virgo, Things
Oh yes,
like,
I do. Oh
no,
yes, I
you
do.
do know.
Both my parents are Virgos. Yes, yes, I do know.
So, okay, I also discovered this thing that's just changed my life right now, and I'm obsessed.
Oh, tell
We
me.
all we also talk about our favorite things here. Please don't judge me. Not that you would. I mean, at this point, um, Dawn Power Wash.
Is that with the little spray one? The little spray one? Because I use the dish soap. I use Dawn dish soap.
Insane. I use it for my baseboards. I use it on my tires. It's the biggest hack in the world. And there was like some soap scum in my shower that I couldn't for the life of me because I've got a bum shoulder. I was trying to give it everything I had. That power wash was just like, it was a gift from the Dawn gods.
I cannot believe
And it
we're
smells
talking
so good.
about dish soap right now.
I know. I know.
Charles, do you feel like you're a little OCD?
Well, I think you confirmed it. I think it's you.
Can I? Okay, I gotta bring this up because I think this is so funny. So, if anybody has seen Body Count, Charles wrote a segment called Let Them Eat Cake. And of course, we have to do what the title says, right? So at the end, and not to give too much away, at the end, there is a huge fight, and there is some cake that happens. And we had to do maybe like 2 or 3 takes. And to just give you an idea of what this cake was like I smelled that cake for 2 days after. It was like shoved up my nasal cavity. I ingested so much cake, but also there was a lot of cake that got all around the floor. And we shot at Charles's apartment. And so at one point, Charles was looking at all the cake at the on the ground, looking at all of the stuff, and our director goes, "Charles, you okay? You getting a little nervous about this mess that we're making?" So, how did you really feel? Were you
Um,
having were you having anxiety while we were shooting? Not to put you on the spot, I'm very curious.
Okay, well, surprisingly, okay, because that was one of the easiest shoots. It was just a body count. It was our first segment, and I just loved having you there. It was family, and we had Hunter directing, we had Paul, we had Raina, and we had Bridge.
It was
I
family
love
for sure, yeah.
so happy. Everything just flowed, right? Okay, so it wasn't so much all the cake that was on the floor near my
Uh-huh.
kitchen, which was there. It was the bathroom because they had done a scene in the bathroom where I guess she had to like throw up all the
There
cake or
was
whatever.
some vomit, yes.
Yes, into the toilet or whatever it was. And even though I think they kind of cleaned it, there was some smidgens, like some fragments kind of around the toilet bowl seat, and then a little bit maybe on the shower part. And also what really like bothers me as a Virgo, I don't even know the name for it. Maybe you know the name for it. There's a name for it. If you go to the bottom of the toilet, like sometimes it has like these like porcelain feet
Yeah.
or whatever, and then there's like a screw, but there's like a white cap that's
Little
supposed to go.
knob thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
but it never stays. It always like
Moves around, falls off.
it moves around and falls off. And like I try to wipe around it, but then there's like grind fragments that like kind of fall out and then you put water on it, that it wants to flush those out, and it's like a never-ending purgatory.
Yeah, it keeps purging out scum.
Yes.
I love how you like pose after that.
Beyond the being mirrored podcast. I love it. This is what's gonna happen. I love it. There's nowhere to hide. My OCD is being exposed. But you know what? You can work on these things if you want. And
Are you gonna work on these things? Probably not.
it's a
No.
choice. Oh my god. All right. So, friend, there is a red button that's popping up on my screen right now. I might have to edit this part out. And it says 99%. And I don't know if that means we're at capacity. I have no idea.
No,
You see that too?
yeah, and I saw it when we were doing the test
Oh,
too.
perfect. Okay,
So
cool.
yeah, so I think we're fine. I think it's like if we're in focus 99%, or I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it never reached 100 though, ever.
What happens if it reaches 100? Do we just like self-destruct? Oh my
Yeah.
god. All right, I'm gonna leave this in because this is just magical. Like us being like, if any of you are using platforms like this, then you know that like we're just figuring this. This is our first day using Riverside FM, but I'm liking what it's able to do so far.
DIY,
Yeah,
you go.
DIY free versions, please.
Free.
Don't
Yes.
upgrade me today.
So, I also have another funny story, but I don't know if so you could edit this out too if you don't feel comfortable.
Oh God. Okay. First of all, before you share that, I'm gonna give people a little behind the scenes real quick, and just like us, just to discuss this because we're human. Okay. And this is real talk.
You're
We're
a
like
person? What? You're human?
we're human.
What?
We're humans. We're like, hey, we're gonna do this podcast. So we recorded our first couple of episodes like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. And we're just like, yeah, we're gonna be raw and unfiltered.
Real. Who cares?
Days later, we're both having like these silent conversations with ourselves. We're like, oh my God, how do you feel about editing some of what we shared?
Maybe we shouldn't be so real and raw, you know?
Hey. So if there's a cut at one point or whatever, maybe one day we'll release these things as like a compilation. Oh, like Jerry Springer's Uncensored, the VHS.
You're not the father.
Yeah, there was always like fire on the cover and some weird like chroma keying with like. Sorry, if you know, you know. All
Yeah.
right, so share this funny story.
Okay, it's about where you were shooting and the backstory that I have. It's so funny. Where you were shooting the past 3 days, or do you not want me to talk about that?
Oh God, I'm shooting a movie right now.
Yeah, you're shooting a movie right now.
Yeah, what are you gonna share? Yeah, please say it.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll say it, and then if you want to edit it out, you can. I will change the names to protect the innocent. But so Charles has been shooting this movie, and he's been shooting on a location, and we were talking about the location and how it's a friend of ours' house. I'll call them the Halls. So he's been shooting at the Halls house. And he's been telling me like what's been happening at the house and how cold it's been and all this kind of stuff. And so our friend Derek was also supposed to be a part of this movie, and he also lives at the Hall's house, but for some reason the first 2 days that Charles was shooting there, he didn't see Derek or at the Hall's house.
Is anyone gonna follow this?
Yes. So, Jen, the nosy girl that she is, was like, gee, I wonder why Derek is no longer on this project. Honestly, I hope he was okay too. Like, I hope everything was okay. So I text messaged him last night and I said, hey, I heard that you haven't, been on set. Charles has been at the Hall's house and he hasn't seen you, and I guess you're not part of the project anymore. Is everything okay? And so he definitely called me out for being nosy. And he goes, yeah, but they're not shooting here at the Hall's house. They must be shooting at some other mansion. And I went, what? And he's like, yeah, no, Charles and the crew are not here. And I'm like, what? So immediately I'm like, oh my God, this is the beginning of a horror movie. This is seriously a beginning of the horror movie, because Charles is somewhere where he thinks he is, but he's not there. So I'm like, oh my God. So I kind of started panicking a little bit. And so I texted you and I said, hey, you're not at the Hall's house. Where are you? Do you know whose house you're at?
Yes.
He replies maybe like 20, 30 minutes later, hey, I went on an errand with the DP and he's now buying something at blah, blah, blah. And, everything's good, but it's freezing out. And I'm like, okay, he didn't answer what I said. He still hasn't told me where he is or whose house he's at. Like, what's going on? So then immediately after that, like, I'm starting to kind of panic a little bit. Derek messages me and goes, still haven't found Charles, laugh out loud. And I'm like, where the hell is Charles? Where is he at? Who is he with? And whose house is he at? Well, then he kind of went radio silent the rest of the night until this morning
Yeah,
when I came back and found your text after I went to the grocery store. So thank God you were alive.
we were. Okay, you know what? No, we're leaving this in because, by the way, sometimes, Fred. Okay, so.
Some serial killer could have been text messaging me. Oh, we went on an errand. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, well, and I'm grateful you watch so much true crime. You keep me safe. You are the buddy system without knowing that you are. Like seriously, because I don't think of these things. I can literally be, being getting ready, like to be like I don't know to be some, and I would not know that I was like in the presence of a web of lies and deceit and crime. You know, but no, thank you for sharing that because I didn't know what you were gonna say, and I'm so glad you said it because I actually did needed the context. I didn't understand your text quite fully that you sent, and sometimes
Oh my God.
so I kind of like agreed. I don't know. I think at one point I went laugh out loud like ha ha ha. Ha. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I didn't quite understand what you meant. I'm not gonna share the exact text, but you texted me something. And I was like, because we gotta protect names, so I'm not gonna share
Yeah.
that text message, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, and then I mentioned something else or whatever. But yeah, I get it, because like after you sent that, you were worried, and then we were filming. So then, of course, and then it dawned on me as well that I wasn't where I thought I was either, which should worry me. That
Yeah.
I never was. I never was worried. I was just like, I just accepted the new information.
And that was it.
That was it.
That was it. Didn't even care that your best friend was worried that you were
Thank,
actually filming with a real serial killer.
thank you so much.
Be on Dateline or something. My God.
Oh my God.
Honestly, I really wasn't like super worried, but at one point when you were like, oh, ha ha ha, I was like, no, isn't that funny? Where are you?
And I was going to ask you today what all that meant. You know what I mean? I was going to go into it today, but now we're doing it on the podcast because I had questions as well. And I still feel like there's pieces missing.
There is,
But
because we still have no idea whose house you were at.
well, we're not shooting there anymore now, so well, I
All right,
guess we'll
well,
never
all
know.
right, you're now
And
safe.
it was beautiful. It was a beautiful house, beautiful location. It was freezing. It was freezing, man. Us indie horror filmmakers, man. We get exposed to the elements for y'all's entertainment, and we love it.
Yep, yep. So, yeah. I think you need to start sharing your location with me. I'm a little worried about you.
I will. Yeah, yeah, I will. Thank you, friend. Appreciate it.
Of
Oh my
course.
God, we had this conversation the other day.
Yes. We won't
And
talk
you,
about that.
we, it's gonna be the don't. We don't talk about that podcast.
Oh,
It's
God.
gonna be. Oh, we all start things and then we'll save that.
Everybody's already
People,
turning us off. They're like, whatever. You won't be honest. Like you said, real and raw. You're not over it.
the analytics on the graph. It's like it starts to go this way, and people stop watching because of the lies. The lies.
Just, well, it's not lies. It's just not all the facts.
It's not all the facts.
Because we
No.
have to protect the innocent.
Yeah, but you didn't give us what you said you were going to. We gave you so much more. We gave you a mukbang.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A mukbang.
And now you can make more up in your head, You'll be creating a lot more worse things in your head. So
Wow. Wow. Well, yeah. Okay. On that note,
on that note, it's been a good podcast.
it's been a great podcast. It's been a great podcast. I love Saturdays. Well, we're shooting this on Saturday. We did the
Yes.
other one. We shot our last episodes on Saturday as well. It was a fun bestie day. We also vlogged a little too.
Yes. Yeah.
I got to get you that footage.
Yes, you do.
Oh, that's fun. So not planned. So not planned. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to see it all put together.
Great minds think alike, for sure.
Great minds think alike.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what should we leave? What should we leave our viewers with today? Our listeners with today?
Oh
What is the
man, now
moral of all of this, like, streams of consciousness? Just,
please be safe out there. People are crazy. Don't have the Charles attitude of like, oh, whatever.
yes. Comment below if you're a location sharer. Comment below if you're an oversharer. Comment below. If you liked this episode today, everyone. If you're a filmmaker, DIY person, a creative, or maybe you have a bestie with stories yet untold, everyone. My favorite day of the week, friend, being with you is always my favorite day of the week.
Bestie
And
day.
yeah. And yeah, thank you for joining us today on the Beyond the Body Count podcast. We've got so much more coming for you all this year. We've got interviews, we've got special episodes, a lot of things. We're going to be throwing everything to the wall on this podcast and just having fun. So you might not ever know what we're doing. In the beginning, and then we know that YouTube algorithm will not like that, but who cares?
This is the full experience of
That's
anything
right.
is possible.
That's right. Do what you love, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, and don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe and share this with somebody who likes to listen to a good conversation like this one. All right. I'm gonna cut all that. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.